Hi everyone and welcome back to the English Danny channel. I'm Teacher John and I'm here to help you become great at learning English. Alright, so today's topic is actually a lot of grammar and it's a higher level topic, but I'm sure that you can definitely get the hang of it. And our topic today is how to use the word enough. And enough, it has a lot of different ways that we can use it. Okay, so make sure that you stick around and watch until the end of the video if you want to know how to use the word enough. Enough, as defined by a dictionary, means as much as is necessary. Okay, and let's use it in a sentence so that you can see how we use it. I made enough food for my family, meaning as much food as is necessary. Or, she did have enough money, meaning that she had as much money as was necessary. All right, and now let's look at our first structure for enough, which is when we use an adjective or an adverb and enough. Okay? And when enough modifies the adjective or the adverb, it comes after the adjective or adverb. So let's see an example. My house is big enough. Or the jacket is warm enough. All right, now let's look at our next grammar structure. Enough can also be used before a noun or a noun phrase as a determiner. Okay, and we'll talk later in this video about what a determiner is. So let's see an example here. I've eaten enough food today. Or there isn't enough water. I think that it's important to see here that enough is used before the noun. Okay? If you say there isn't water enough, that is incorrect. And here is an important tip for you to remember. We usually do not use of when there is no other determiner. Okay? And we talked about that I would say what a determiner is in this video. And a determiner is an article like a or the, okay, or a possessive noun. So let's see an example of this in it. For example, I've eaten enough of food today is incorrect. Okay, we would say I've eaten enough food today. Okay, because we usually don't use enough of and then a noun. However, we can use of without a determiner in some cases, such as personal names or geographical names. Okay, for example, I've had enough of John today. Or, I've seen enough of England. I'm going home. Our next grammar structure with enough is its position when we use an adjective and a noun together. Okay, we can change the position to change the meaning of the sentence. So, usually, enough follows an adjective which it modifies. However, when enough modifies an adjective and a noun, it comes before the adjective. It doesn't follow it. So let's see an example. Okay? The first example, we don't have small enough hands. And the meaning here is that we need smaller hands. The hands are too big. Okay, and example 2. We don't have enough small hands. Meaning we need more small hands. Okay, we have too many big hands. And our next grammar structure for enough is when to use enough of. Okay, and we would use enough of before determiners. Okay, so and the, or my, or your, or something like that, and pronouns. Okay, so we can use enough of before those things. So let's see an example. She saw enough of the movie. I've seen enough of them. And we can use infinitive structures after the word enough. So let's see that in an example. She is old enough to drive. He is tall enough to play basketball well. All right, and this is actually very common in spoken English, and that is using the word enough without a noun. Okay, enough can be used alone if the meaning is clear. Okay, so let's see some examples of this. For example, sometimes someone might say, that's enough. All right, there's no noun in that sentence, but that's because the meaning is clear from the context if something is happening around you. Or another example, 2 pieces of pizza is enough. Thank you. All right, so again, we don't need a noun to follow enough. This last one is actually, it's very, I would say, advanced level grammar in English, but if you learn it, it's very easy, okay? The article the can also be used to mean enough, all right? And we can just leave out enough and use the. Sounds interesting, right? So let's look at some examples. So, for example, I had the strength to lift the rock. And this means enough strength. I had enough strength. Or, I don't have the money to buy a new car. And this means enough money. I don't have enough money to buy a new car. All right, everyone, that's our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you really enjoyed this video, or if you feel like that you learned something, please give us a thumbs up, hit the like button. It really helps us out a lot. All right, thank you for tuning in to the English Danny channel.